This is the fate of elephant ivory hunters in Africa. The local indigenous people smear the hunter's body with mud, and once the mud hardens, they roast him over a fire. To prevent him from dying immediately, they insert water through a pipe into his mouth. Even a man who worked as a tourist guide was not spared. To have some fun with their prey, a young tribesman took the guide to a grassy field. An archer shot an arrow 200 meters away and then ordered the guide to fetch it. The guide, afraid to resist, obediently complied. However, as he approached the arrow, he seized the opportunity to escape. The tribal chief calmly sent the first pursuer after him, confident that the guide would be easily captured due to the tribe's superior physical strength. Indeed, after a few minutes, a young tribesman caught up with the guide, who was already starving, exhausted, and out of breath. The tribesman threw a spear at him, but missed. The guide then grabbed the spear and thrust it into the tribesman, killing him. Seeing their comrade dead, the other tribesmen immediately continued the chase. Taking advantage of the distance, the guide stopped briefly to drink water and even crafted a simple pair of leather shoes from the dead tribesman's belongings. Meanwhile, the other young tribesmen were tracking the guide. As skilled hunters, they quickly found traces of him, but the guide cleverly used this against them. He deliberately injured some cacti to mislead them about his location. When a tribesman found this clue, the guide was already lying in wait from his hiding spot. Soon after, the tribesman spotted some animal hide and prepared to throw his spear, unaware that the guide was stalking him from behind. Seconds later, the tribesman became the guide's second victim. Suspicious, the tribal chief then mobilized all the young men to hunt the guide. Meanwhile, the starving guide aimed at a gazelle, but before he could catch it, a lion pounced on the gazelle first. Still determined to survive, the guide retreated. When he tried to catch fish, dozens of crocodiles had already filled the river, forcing him to endure his hunger even longer. As he rested, the tribal youths showered him with arrows from a distance. If they closed in, the guide would have no chance of winning. Seeing the dry shrubs around him, the guide primitively started a fire. He used dry grass to create flaming arrows and set the surrounding dry bushes ablaze. The fire spread rapidly, causing the young tribesmen to panic. They did not dare to cross the flames and chose to retreat instead. Surviving the pursuit, the guide jumped and shouted in joy to celebrate his victory. However, escaping the tribesmen was not the end. Having not eaten for 3 days, he grew weak and collapsed. Now he was at risk of becoming prey for Africa's wild beasts. But then, right in front of him, a snake emerged from an animal skull. Without hesitation, the guide killed the snake and ate it. River water quenched his thirst. Now, with renewed energy, he could run even farther,